July 1st, Ukrainian drones struck deep into the heart of Russia, hitting the Kupol military plant in Izevsk, 1,300 kilometers from Ukrainian territory. 3 dead, 35 wounded, and a facility that produces air defense systems and drones for Russia now set ablaze. But here's what nobody's talking about. This attack reveals the tragic paradox of modern warfare. Ukraine, you see, cannot win this war through conventional means. Russia's military and economic superiority is undeniable. Yet, Western-supplied missile technology has given Ukraine something dangerous: the ability to keep fighting without the ability to actually win. It's like giving someone with a broken leg the power to feel no pain. They'll keep running the race, but the injury they have is important to address, and it never heals and it's never addressed. The Kupol strike demonstrates Ukraine's growing long-range capabilities, supplied primarily by the European allies who fear future Russian expansion. They're using Ukraine, they continue to use it as a proxy, as a speed bump that Russia has to drive over, and hopefully that slows down the Russian tank heading west. The weapons don't change, though, the fundamental balance of power, the weapons supplied by the West to Ukraine. They do something more sinister. They extend the conflict indefinitely. Ukraine strikes deeper into Russia, Russia retaliates harder, and the cycle continues while ordinary Ukrainians and Russians pay the ultimate price with their lives. This isn't about Ukrainian courage or Russian aggression anymore. It's about Western powers buying time to rearm themselves using Ukrainian and Russian blood as currency. The Kupol plant, you see, will be rebuilt. Russia's military production will continue. Ukrainian military drone production will continue. Next video will cover that. But the families of those 3 workers who died yesterday, the families of all the Ukrainians who die because of the Russian missiles fired fired behind the front lines into the Ukrainian homeland, they're gone forever in this meaningless, you could argue, tit for tat. Meanwhile, defense contractors in London, in Paris, in Berlin, in Washington celebrate another quarter of record profits. Beautiful. The merchants of death are not sad at all, of course. The real question isn't whether Ukraine can strike 1,300 kilometers into Russia. We know they can. And Russia can retaliate, absolutely. But as a geopolitical analyst, I can tell you the dynamics on the ground mean the most reasonable next step is to negotiate a peace deal, on Russian terms even, as they hold 20% of Ukraine. Right? Start with Russian terms and negotiate towards a more favorable Ukrainian term, right? But Ukraine, adrenaline-fueled perpetually by the Western powers, has been lured into a forever war. They feel they've not lost yet, but the Ukrainian population, their sons, their brothers, their fathers, their husbands, they have lost. They can't be, after all, resupplied from Western Europe. For the unbiased news and analysis without the Western spin, I'm Mahfouz, and I'll see you on the next one.